Hello, my family, my chosen YouTube family. Hi, lovers. I hope you are doing well. It feels so long since I've seen you. Not really. Hi, Courtney. Oh, let me change the chat type to a live chat. That's a good reminder for everybody. Go ahead and change your chat to live chat. Grim. Before we get going, I want to show you guys something fun that I got that I cannot use because I don't have enough USB ports. Gotta love that. Hi, Marielle. Freaking time, Paisley. You just cannot get her fucking name right. And you can't even get that out. Okay. Um, I am gonna show you what I bought. Okay. Now, first of all, hey, big spender. Let's guess how much it is. I plugged it in so that I could break it. Oh, I didn't break it. I didn't break it. Oh my god. Oh, it's probably not going to work because the green screen's on, but it is a keyboard that is LED. There's green in the middle there. You can't see it. It's all lit up. How cool is that? Does everybody want to guess the price of what I paid? Hold on. Oh, you're barely late. We've just begun. Literally 3 minutes, and I was probably not doing it for 10 or 3. So I thought that's a pretty cool little keyboard. I wish it was USB, but here's the thing. Or like wireless, but here's the thing. Fucking wouldn't work anyways. I'm still short a USB port, so it's not going to happen. Uh Hi Tin Man. Um so this 49.99 is a good guess, I suppose. But remember, I'm cheap. I'm a cheap lady. So your wife picked up COVID. Oh no. That sucks. That suckity sucks. My cough is almost gone. I don't want to jinx it, but it is pretty much gone, and I'm pretty happy about that to begin with. Um, anyways, this here keyboard was 5 Canadian dollars. Just 5 Canadian dollars. I feel like that's such a good deal. Me, Mike. I do, Mike. We don't have Five Below in Canada. We have the Dollar Giant, Dollar Tree, Dollarama. Actually, I don't think we have Dollar Giant. I made that up. But $5 Canadian. So honestly, that's like 3.75 US. Um, and it looks fucking sick. I know you guys can't see the middle, like it looks like it's sort of there's nothing here, but this is green. And it's pretty cute. Yeah, we don't have Dollar General. We have Dollarama. Hold on. Oh, I know what. Oh, it's not going to show that either. But this is the package. Keyboard X. Great for gaming, apparently. I don't know why exactly it would be great for gaming, but it is very cool. And for $5, that's a Boxing Day deal, ladies and gentlemen, even though it's not. Even though it is available at the dollar store year round at that price, and I have looked at it before. And now we're going to unplug it and not use it until I find a USB extender port. You know what I need? Oh, because it shows up in the dark. Oh my God. Fuck. That is so smart. I love it. Anyway, so we'll unplug that. Yeah, you heard that. We'll plug back in our. This is from Five Below. I went to Five Below when I was in Florida and I was smitten. Oh, so smitten. Um, so guys, we have a decision to make. Okay, hold on. I gotta fucking plug this in. Also, Fitbit band that I bought myself. How about a battery charger? What do you mean a battery? What do you mean a battery charger, Marielle? I have one of those within sight right now that also jump starts a car. Cause because my girl math thinks that it's cheaper to buy a jump starter pack than a new battery. That's how girl math works in my mind. Anyways, my Fitbit band, it was being really loose and like that, breaking before, but it was I had them in the wrong slot, so I've re-put them into the shot or into the Freudian slip, Mike. Re-put them into the slots. Oh, a phone battery. Yeah. So like this is my jump starter pack. I travel with this because it has it's a flashlight. Oh, it's hold on. No. It's a flashlight and you can make it go like flashing for emergencies. Oh, trigger warning if anybody's and then it also has two USB ports on the front, you can see there. And it'll jumpstart your fucking car. So this is this thing, and it's so light. It just lives in my purse. Like I travel with this, and I can like charge my phone multiple times on it. And the fact that I can jumpstart a car is to me is like perfecto. Because I like to be like self-sufficient. So, and my car used to break all the time, right? I don't know why. It did because I probably because I never changed the oil, probably. But regardless, I don't know why, but for some reason I thought this is a better investment than a new battery. And you know why? Because I don't have the car anymore where the battery would be, but I do have this still. So, um, and like it's a jump starter and power bank, and the light is very handy because it's in my purse. It's literally like a flashlight for safety that I keep with me. And I know it's good if I keep it charged, it's good for a couple charges um in an emergency. It probably cost $80, but again, that's cheaper than a battery. At the time it was anyways. I'm sure what happened was that I needed to charge my phone at the same time that I needed to get a new car battery, and I didn't have enough money for both. So I made a decision, game time, and said, we're buying the battery pack instead of the battery. Um, Regardless, we were so okay. So the decision that we have to make today, guys, is if you didn't catch us earlier, oh, that's so sad for you. Were you busy? We did a split docket of name change in Thurston County, which was actually quite fun, and name change, or we have small claims court. I was thinking we could go ahead and watch a little bit more of the name change court and then get into some small claim stuff. But what do you guys think? Put it in the chat what you think. Um, Again, this is Boxing Day in Canada. Boxing Day, December 26th, is generally a holiday. So to me, it was strange that there's like court running today, but there totally is. I see it. I think name change is going to be pretty fun too. Why don't we do a? I went back on the old video on the video from earlier today, and I saw what time we stopped. So we can start again where we were on the name change. God. Uh, let's go ahead. We'll get started with the name change court. Oh, wait, I plugged my mouse in. That's why we did it, Paisley. So, like I said, we watched this earlier today. It was actually pretty interesting. There's been some crazy name changes. Let's continue and see what else transpires in Thurston County. Oh, also, just FYI, this was pre-Christmas, happened on December 22nd, the Friday before Christmas. Okay?
Emmy Sadberry, Michael. Miss Sadberry, Michael. There we are. Now
I'm
unmute.
here.
Okay.
I was
Perfect.
having difficulties.
Yeah. Well, once we overcome the technology, then it's just like you're sitting here in the courtroom. Okay. So do you notice the interesting coincidence that two people are changing their names to the last name? One, they pronounce it Michelle, and the other pronounces it Michael.
I did see that.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but I might buy a lottery ticket on the way home today.
Maybe I should go get one.
Okay, Judge, I'm gonna go ahead and think that that has nothing to fucking do with it. This judge is off today. It's funny. I forgot. Again, we've already watched part of this docket. It was only 30 minutes. It took me an hour and a half to get through it. Um, let's see where we go. Also, I called this judge Judge Buffering, but we found out today that his first name is Michael. His middle name is Brett, and his last name is Buckley, and he goes by Brett Buckley, M. Brett Buckley, and he is going to be on our 2023 Smasher Pass list for the Judicial Official Edition, Joe edition. He's weirdly obsessed with the fact that his name is Michael and they're changing their name to Michelle. It's like not that uncommon. It's like really common. Yes, Joe, by the way. So let me see if I have the judicial official edition. I do. This is the judicial official edition of Smasher Pass. I have been working on this, you guys, more than I worked on anything this year. I'm gonna admit to that right now. With any video, any project, any content that I created this year, the judicial official edition, the Joe, I've been doing Joe for a while, okay? And working on him. Oh, a judicial calendar. Well, you know what? Each and everything, I would say that we will be able to um properly assign 12 calendar months after we go through this judicial official edition. I'm going to tell you guys right now, it has countless judges and other judicial officials. Jay Regier is on the list, each and everything, because I didn't say judges, I said judicial officials. And I consider lawyers judicial officials as well as um, basically anybody we see in court. I was feeling a little bit naughty and was going to add some other YouTubers to the list, but I think I will resist from starting that kind of problem. Hi, Johnny May. I hope you're doing well today. We are just talking about New Year's Eve party that we are having. It is a smash or pass judicial official edition. And I have been working, like I said, harder on this than I have on any project this whole year. Jonathan, I know that's true for you. And I desperately want to put Mikey and Creed into the Smash or Pass video, but I probably should run it by him first. Although I'm not running it by any other judges or officials. I would say that. Maybe I'll make a special section. Um yeah, so funny. He had me at Smash. Well, we are going to have a fun time this New Year's. All you need is ideally be a member, but you don't have to be. You can just hang out with us in the chat. Uh, 12 grapes. If you are allergic to grapes, I need a doctor's note. And then you can use 12 gummy bears. Thank you, Jonathan / Google. And that's pretty much all we need this New Year's for us to have set ourselves up for a fucking bomb 2024. That's what's going to happen. And I've been telling y'all for a month, you need to budget for 12 grapes, okay? Because there's a 12 grape thing and we're doing it. We're starting it. We're not starting it. I mean, it's a long-standing tradition in other cultures. I'm appropriating it. I'm going to appropriate it.
Too.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just gonna be Tammy Jean Michael.
Correct.
Okay.
No, the grapes are regular. They are literally a Spanish tradition, and I don't know where I saw about it, but you eat 12 grapes on the stroke of midnight, like the 12 strokes of midnight. You're supposed to fucking pound back grapes. And that just gets me. Like, I don't know why, but it works for me. It seems so doable. It's easier than procuring a person to kiss. I'll say that much. Because that's the only other good New Year's luck that I know, which is kiss your love. And I don't my love is not here. So I think 12 grapes is going to have to suffice. Ooh, Lexa, Bath and Body Works, 75% off sale. Well, Mike, we can fuck New Year's, but also we can just get fucked on New Year's here, hanging out. This is the first New Year's party. First of all, I've been telling everybody about my New Year's party that I'm hosting, and everybody that I tell, they get this face where they go, "Is it online, Paisley? Is it a real party? Or is it online?" And I said, it's online, but that's a real party. It's still a real party. And they go, "Okay, I hope you have fun with your fake friends, your imaginary friends." And I'm like, "Listen, we're all eating grapes, okay?" Um, yeah. I feel like I'm starting a tradition here that we're gonna build upon through the year. Um, each grape is meant to represent a month throughout the year. I know you guys aren't fake. I know you're not fake. But a lot of people in my family and small social circle who are going to New Year's parties themselves, real New Year's, like real in-person New Year's parties. First of all, what I think is that uh we're going to be preempting a trend here. Okay? What I believe is that in 5 years, when everybody else is having online New Year's parties, all of us are going to say, we did that 5 years ago. In 2023, I went to an online New Year's party. That's my goal. That's what I really believe is that in about approximately 5 years, when everybody else is doing online New Year's parties, we will be like, we already did that. Do you have a Smasher Pass Joe edition? No? Wow. Our first year was better than yours. Um, but honestly, I think it's going to be a very fun time. I think we're ahead of the curve here on that. Um, it eliminates all drinking and driving issues. Okay? You can drink as much as you want as long as you're at the location that you're going to be at all night. I don't give a fuck if you get really drunk and pass out. That's cool. Okay? As long as you have somebody with you. So, I mean, to me, we're solving a lot of problems here. We are solving issues. We are breaking barriers. We are forging paths to the future, if you will. And like I said, and I cannot understate this enough, I have spent more time on this judicial official edition of this. I'm going to call it a video, even though I would probably more call it a slideshow or presentation, because I'll be pausing it throughout and we'll be talking about our choices. But I have spent more time on this particular project than any other this year. That's true. Even I just thought about it. I was like, "Oh, you know what? I oh, somebody just asked about the timing. Let me reminder think about timing. Um I just I I just want you guys to know that. And even though I've done 9-hour live streams this year, they are they haven't I've definitely overshot 9 hours. So we're definitely, even of live work, we're good. Um, as for the timing, I am aware that I am on the West Coast in the past, if you will. And so what we are going to do, because I like to go for long periods of time. For example, today, 23 minutes I've been talking, and we haven't watched pretty much any court. So we are going to do beginning at 8 p.m. Pacific, which is 11 p.m. Eastern. We're going to begin, and if you're on the West Coast or Central Time Zone, you're celebrating twice or three times, baby. And that's the best part. But I mean, get all your grapes, I guess. Get all your grapes. You're going to need grapes. You could cut them in half, but you're going to need 12 pieces of grape for each New Year's. I'm going to have to get 24 grapes. I'm going to have to get 24 grapes, folks. Um, I just realized that because I'm going to celebrate at 9 o'clock with our East Coast people, and then we're going to continue on, and then we're going to celebrate yet again with our West Coast people. I get it. Grapes been stolen. That's why I've given everybody a month to procure 12 grapes.
And you also can have permission to,
Sorry, I'm not celebrating each time zone. Sorry, Grammy Rita. Sorry, y'all. I am not. And my international viewers, first of all, I'm international. I live in Canada. I'm not American, even though I'm sure I could pass at this point. If you want to do 12 Jello shots, I don't think I can recommend doing 12 shots of alcohol. I don't think I could recommend that like quickly, because we need to be eating these grapes quickly, you guys. I've researched this, okay? Also, I'm in the Pacific time zone. It's not that I don't have the money for all those grapes, you guys. I can't do 36 grapes. I've been budgeting for 12. Oh, I'm joking. We'll figure out a way. We'll figure out a way every hour for 4 hours. So I'm gonna need 4 times 12. That's 48. I'm gonna make 48 fucking great. Oh, Jesus. That's a whole bunch. That's a literal bunch of grapes. No, should be taking shots of alcohol in conjunction with our grape eating. I just need to make that clear. We're going to be pounding grapes like you should never pound alcohol. I mean that. Each grape is a is a is a is a month. That's what they represent. A month each grape. So pound back that January, you're like, "Fuck yeah, January's good." And then quickly the next ding dong goes and you're like, "Oh my god, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December." Wine is made from grapes. I could condone 12 sips of wine. I could. I really $13 on grapes. Stephanie, shit. I should have budgeted better. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Turn that into Mickey if you want.
I don't think my husband would appreciate that.
Probably not. Miss Michael, you are officially that. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
No, do not eat 12 edibles. Buy one edible, 11 regular gummy bears.
Phoenix Diaz. Hi, Phoenix.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. When do you do?
May.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. And boy, or girl.
Girl,
Okay.
she's going crazy too. She's hungry, I think.
Yeah. She's gonna have to wait a little while till she can direct those complaints to you eye to eye.
No kidding.
Yeah. Otherwise, she'll just be, hey.
Yep.
Okay, so becoming Horner.
Yes.
All right. And your child's gonna be born as Horner.
Yes.
All right. And what's the name for your child?
Foster.
Foster.
Yes.
Foster Phoenix. Okay. So,
Be Foster Valentine Horner.
all right, nice. And you can spell Foster with a PH.
No, that is a good idea though.
And I don't know if it's a good idea. It's an idea.
It's an idea.
Yeah. But yeah, Foster would probably appreciate not having the PH.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's not a good idea. What I need to find is I need to hold on. I need to add to my Amazon wish list a USB. What are those called? Are they called ports? Are they What are they called when you plug it in and that you get more USB slots? What is that called? Also, I use my Amazon wish list as like a purchasing item for me, a USB port. I'm writing that down, Courtney. It is now written. It's a USB port forever and eternity. I need a USB hub. Is that what they're called, you guys? Where it's going to connect to my computer. It's a hub. Okay, I need one. But if I search for USB port hub, what do you think is going to come up? Ooh, that's a good members only. Members only, search Amazon with me. I literally wrote members only. So before we get started, when I worked at the bank, honestly, the bank was so formative for me. It was so formative because I worked there from the age of 15 until I was 18, almost 19. And alongside my traditional education of going to a high school, I also um, was working, right? And so, what in fact uh, happened was that my work education superseded my school education because there was money tied to it, and it was so real to me when this company was paying me money without fail, and teaching me about people's money and how they managed their money. And I remember I failed, and you guys know Chris, oh, thank you. Yay, thank you so much. Um, but seriously, what happened was I worked at the bank, but I was failing math. And when I failed math, which again got A's in English, but failed math, I redid it many, many times. I have ADHD, I have aphantasia, my brain works differently. Okay. We've learned that now as an adult. But at the time, I didn't understand. And so I failed math 8, I failed math 9, I failed math 10 two times before I finally passed. And after math 10, you don't need to do math. But what that means when I fail math 8, math 9, math 10 twice is that we worked on a semester system at my high school. So even though we're at a junior high level, we were working on semester systems. So every semester I did math. I never passed, or I barely passed. Most of my passes were 51, 52%. Truly, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I would love to find some of my old report cards. I know I've got them somewhere, but in reality, I never achieved highly in any math class. But at 15, I began working at one of our 5 major banks in the country. And not only did I begin working there, but I began excelling at working there and dealing with day to day actual math problems. Funny that, right? So I I remember feeling really dumb at school, but yet really smart at work. And you know what school gave me? Trouble, problems, issues, reports. Okay, you know what work gave me? Money every 2 weeks without fail in my account. They would thank me for my hard work. They would praise me for my diligence and my tenacity. Things that at school I got in trouble for. And immediately I recognized, I was like, oh, no offense to teachers, and Sashina knows this. She's lurking now, but she knows this. The reality of that is that, do I have USB-C? I don't know if I do. I have a Asus Vivo book, but I'll look. But um basically I felt very dumb at school, but by the time I graduated high school, I was the head teller of the bank in our main branch. They used to call it a platinum branch. And the amount of courses that I took to learn bank indoctrination was nuts. I remember I even made a board game. It was so sad. Do you know how sad that is? When you're like 17 years old and you make a bank board game about the rules of the bank. Okay. Like, I was just 1000% in on working at the bank my whole life. and that was going to be my job. But the main solidifier for that was one Saturday when I was working at the mall as a teller, thinking, oh, am I going to get New York fries or A&W for lunch today? You know, like those were my biggest choices on a Saturday. Working, never a problem. I never worried about it like I did school. I just worked and it worked out. My teacher, my math teacher came in. I won't say her last name, but I remember it. I remember it. And she came in and she handed over her debit card and she put in her debit card. And then she looked up and saw me across the table or across the wicket, if you will, and said, like with a like an aghast look on her face, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "I work here." And of course, like here at the bank, I am very well respected. They get me to train people here. Okay. I'm the trainer. I train the new people, even though I work on Saturdays. And um, she said, "But you're failing math." And I said, "You know what's funny, Mrs. Insert name here? I would love to say it. They like it when I use a calculator here." And she said, "What?" And I said, "You see this? It's called an adding machine. It has a tape that prints out of it everything that we do. And they would prefer that I put in 2 plus 2 to find out what 4 is so that I've got a record of it than not." And again, it was at the point, and she just looked at me like, and at the same moment, I'm looking at her bank account and realizing this bitch ain't got no money. She's in debt just like everybody else that I see is in their line of credit, on their credit card, whatever. Um, and I realized I was like, just a job. Each of these jobs is just a job. Working at the bank, just a job. Working as a teacher, just a job. And you do as well as you can with what you have. Teachers are surrounded all day by students who don't have the ability to speak up for themselves a lot of the time, unfortunately. I'll say that because I've given my daughter the ability to speak up for herself and she gets in trouble sometimes. Again, I respect teachers. I wish they would get more money, support, supplies, all of those things I think are important for teachers to have. But the attitude that a lot of teachers have, I think, is a problem. And for a student like me who is real world intelligent, real world able to do with complex financial transactions, but unable to pass basic math, you realize that the teacher a lot of the time says, you know, how it goes. And I would appreciate it a lot more if teachers were, let's say, monitored in their classroom to the point where they could say what happened or what didn't happen, or given the autonomy to handle their class themselves. Because I believe that every time I go speak with a teacher of my daughters, I go to them first and I say, "Hey, by the way, I trust you as a teacher. I trust you as a person who's decided to educate as your career. And what I choose to believe is that you're going to look at my child and say, this is where she started. This is all she did. And this is where we're at. Not rank it based on a standardized test, all those things. But faculty or sort of administration really tethers people's options in that sense. And most teachers aren't allowed to do that. My daughter has an IEP. I go in there very strong with her IEP and enable teachers to remove some of the shackles that they have. But not every parent knows how to do that. And not every parent wants to do that. Some of them need to see report cards. My report cards were always miserable. Constantly, I would see on my report cards, why can't you be more like boyfriend name, best friend name? I'm not joking. They would literally write that. Be more like your boyfriend and your best friend. Can't you work on that? Like legit handwritten on there. Well, guess what? Boyfriend and best friend are both academic but not working. Who's bringing in money? Me.
It's like.
I always thought it was neat,
Yeah.
but you know,
Yeah, well, we never see Phoenix spelled with a F,
right,
so,
which blew people's minds in grade school.
yeah, that's right. All right, it's officially Phoenix Horner. And Phoenix,
I'm sorry, Phoenix with an F?
come on up, you can pick up your paperwork. And the flowers will be blooming when Foster's born.
Absolutely, thank you
That's
so
a
much.
nice thought, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
All right, bye-bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, Caitlin Geiger.
Hello.
Hi, Katie.
Hi.
So when I say Caitlin, do you look around and wondering who I'm calling
No,
up?
I think I'm either meeting someone for the first time who doesn't know me, or I'm in trouble with my mom 5 years ago.
Yeah, I get that part.
Yep.
Okay, and you're gonna take Mr. Crew's name,
I am.
gonna be part of the crew. Yuck, yuck.
Yeah, much cooler last name than my old one. About to be old one.
You know, what would be really fun is if we change Benjamin's name from Crew to Geiger.
He mentioned being able to take my last name, and I said if it wasn't from my dad, who's no longer around, maybe I would let you, but I'd much rather take his in this instance. You must feel like Santa today, just like giving everybody their gifts right before Christmas.
You know, honestly, it does feel that way a little bit. I mean, this is one of my favorite calendars, you know, because usually people are really happy.
Right.
And yeah, and as you can tell, we've had some where it's a really big deal, and you know, it's a big change, and it is like a big gift. So yeah.
You need a
So Merry Christmas,
special red
Katie.
judge robe instead
Yeah,
of black.
that's right. All right, we'll mail a copy to you.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your year.
Yeah, thanks. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, I also bought this hair curling kit, so we're gonna test that out.
All right, Gavin Woody.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hey, Gavin, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. So just totally dropping the Woody and middle names can become the last name.
Yes, correct.
Okay, cool.
What? He's just making his middle name his last name? I wonder what would happen if I did that since I have no middle name. Yeah, Judge, it's just gonna be Paisley, like Madonna. No name, or no last name, just one name. Paisley. Honestly, it could probably work. That's the saddest part about that.
Kind of always like that middle name.
Yep. My dad gave it to me, and my original last name comes from his side, and we're not really in contact with them, and never really have been. So he's kind of excited I'm changing it to this because he chose it. So
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
yeah.
Okay, officially Gavin Stone.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you send him a copy of the order and say, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
All
then you
right.
got
Merry
to cover.
Christmas to you.
Yeah. All right. Merry Christmas, Gavin.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Oh shit, I figured it out.
Jessa Davis.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Jessa.
Hi.
So Jessa Gabrielle.
Yes.
Okay. Gavrille.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh my god, she is using a fly swatter. Oh my god. Also, I just realized like this isn't gonna work. My hair is dry. I'm just trying this. I'll spray some hairspray on it. Kathleen, preempting my problem. You're preempting my main issue, which is that I put too much hair in everything because I'm fucking lazy.
You can go by Jessa or Gabrielle.
I go by Jess. Yeah.
Okay, or just straight Jess. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, officially Jessa Gabrielle Davis.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll put a copy of the order.
That's awesome. We've seen, I think, 2 dead names given up during this one, Lexa. And again, I want to reiterate, and I didn't say it at oh my God, now I look like a 50s lady. I want to reiterate, this is not to make fun of people that are changing their name for a legitimate reason, aka they have gone through a significant change in their life. They have changed their gender. They have changed their whatever. But earlier in the docket, we had a little child named Winter. Oh, God. That in itself was sad. But I want to make sure that people know that I am absolutely 100% behind people changing their dead names, changing their unlike names. There was actually a guy earlier who changed his name because he was named after his dad, and he said he had a lot of trauma about his dad. I respect that. That's different. Some of these people are weird. You know, I make fun of yoga as a pyramid scheme a lot, and people who I don't know, hide behind that sort of, oh my God, I went to India and I got a new name and that's my new name. It's like, oh, yeah.
We're in the mail to you, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thanks. Yep. Bye-bye. Stephen Nicholas.
You're the first person I've ever heard call me that, Your Honor.
And probably the last person.
Yeah.
So it's always been Heidi.
Yes.
It's a long time to make that official.
Well, I didn't find out until I was 33.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Trying to get a passport or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gave it to me.
Really?
Yeah, because I could prove that I was Steve Idy my whole life.
And your social security numbers?
People, how's your soap going? I have a couple soap ideas for you. Seriously, I love your soaps, and we should definitely add you to the list of channels that I show off. Billy Buzz Smith, welcome, welcome, welcome. Melanie, did you say that you've never been divorced? I'm jealous. I've been divorced. I thought you'd been married a couple times. Maybe I'm fucking wrong. I don't know. I thought you had. Oh my God. I'm gonna go put some spray in my hair and see if any of this will stick for like 17 minutes or 17 seconds before we get. Oh, your husband passed away. Oh my goodness. So sorry. So sorry. You're a widow. Jesus Christ. I'm just an ex-wife.
Under
Steve
Heidi?
Idy. Yep, everything is under Steve Idy. My top secret clearance with the government's under Steve Idy, everything.
Oh, you have a top secret and
Isn't that
you've
weird?
had two different names? That's interesting.
I've had one name.
Well, no, I know you have, but to have another name associated with you, it causes me a moment of pause and think, are we really vetting our top secret clearances?
That was back in the 70s. It was a little different.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, but that was only 12 years ago. What hold on. What was 12 years ago? 2001? Nope. 2011? That's my brain.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. What do you do now?
I own a pest control company.
Here in town?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How's business?
Huh?
How's business?
Killing it.
Ooh, killing it. Awkward moment, dude. We're talking about Melanie's husband who died in 2012. Melanie, I apologize. How did he die? Also, how do your kids handle that? Like, I don't even know how I would handle that. Um, it's it must be terrible to have to deal with them day in and day out explaining that.
You and I
Is
actually,
that the motto on the truck?
no. Actually, you and I go way back. I used to own a finance company when you did small claims.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So I did small claims this morning again, by the way. And you weren't there?
And I have them to watch, Judge. Oh my God, we have the small claims to watch. Oh my God, my hair. We were testing out rollers. We're gonna spray them and see how they do.
No.
Thank
Don't
goodness.
need to do that anymore.
So I hope it wasn't a totally unpleasant experience.
No, never.
Not while I'm changing your name Officially died, he wasn't.
Yeah, let's wait a second here.
Yeah. All right, no hard feelings. Come on up, and I'm glad you can, now have documents that support the ID.
I'm getting enhanced driver's license.
Yeah, there we go.
Merry Christmas.
All right, Merry Christmas to you. And our other matters were taken care of. 18, 20 on those. Just Long Weaver.
That one was tricky.
And how about Emily Bruno?
That was still on.
Okay, I don't have a document.
Kathleen, I fucked up. I fucked up. Also, Melanie, did you say that Grayson was how old? 8? And his child? Forgive me for being so rude. Oh my God, this like worked for a minute? Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera back on.
Emily Bruno.
Hello there.
Hi, how are you?
Doing wonderful. How about you?
Awesome. As somebody said, I get to play Santa for a day, so
Oh, what a role.
yeah. So Emily Bruno,
Correct.
and is Bluth a family name?
Not at all. I wanted to make sure I kept Lee, which is an original middle name, but at the same time, I wanted to do something a little different.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I've heard that name before, so I thought it might be a family name, but
I get that a lot.
yeah.
Thanks, Bruno.
Okay, officially Emily Bluth Bruno, and Emily will put a copy in the mail to you. Have a Merry Christmas.
Hey, you too. Have a Merry Christmas.
Thanks. Bye. All right, for Ms. Molinelli and Ms. Roof, I see that we have protection order petitions. I'm going to take those up after I finish my next hearing, so it'll be a few.
What? I looked for those. Mikey, did you get those protection order hearings from today? Or from fucking Friday? I did not see them. I went looking today. Tell me if you did get them.
Minutes. Just let you know, I know you're waiting.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we'll start with Lee Ziegler, Great Northwest Towing, and Mike's Welding. And Mr. Ziegler?
Yes.
Okay. And from Great Northwest Towing, we have Lacey Sellers. Thank you, Ms. Sellers. And somebody from Mike's Welding.
Yes, that's correct, Michelle. Great Johnson. And I do have Mike here also.
All right, thank you. And if we can get your camera on, great.
Yeah, I think it's going.
Okay. And so it looks like it's the
Okay. Fair play. My hair did nothing because I was, I started with dark hair. It is slightly curled, I'll say that. And if I do it, so Kathleen, tell me, should my hair be damp? And I should spray it first? I'm learning here. Also, I have a disco ball right here. Come on, let me gather it. Disco baby. I have a disco ball. So Kathleen, tell me. Kathleen, tell me how to do my hair. I'm shitty at singing, even worse at hair. No, but seriously, I think what you're supposed to do is do it with wet hair. Like I have long hair, which is some people want it, like hairdressers that want to do things like that. But my hair is poker straight, as in I don't need to straighten it in the morning. I don't need to do anything. I don't even need to brush it. It just is good. I have learned the Kathleen's here. Good. I'm trying to put in curlers so that I can make some body in the hair. A little more Tisha Adams, yeah. But here's the truth is that I just put it in for fucking 5 seconds. So of course it's not going to work. But what I'm asking is, what do we do? Do have one product that's called like Beach Wave that says I should put it in when my hair is damp. So like, should I spray my hair and put in like the Beach Wave thing once it's wet and then roll it in these rollers? I don't even know. I don't even, oh, spray it with and sleep in them. Oh my God. Oh, Kathleen, you need to come back in the new year because we are doing, you had a product called Beach Wave. Okay, now, yes, because where is it? Where is it? No. Come on now. I had this just moments ago. Oh, I know it. I know it. I know it. Wait. I don't know why. You fucked it up. Okay, I fucked it up. Regardless, it's a pink bottle and it's something called Beach Waves. I don't have curls though. I have really straight hair. So that's just the way it works. Anyways, let's continue to watch this name change calendar. We'll see how we do there. I don't have Beach Wave spray. That might be it. Wait. Oh, I don't want salt. Okay, I'm going to find the spray. We're going to find it. It's not a spray. It's pretty tacky, I would say. Tacky.
Request a tow that's being contested, not the fees charged for the tow. Is that right, Mr. Siegel?
Fees shouldn't be there if the car wasn't towed.
What I understand that, but you're saying the car shouldn't have been towed. You're not saying
Right.
that Great Northwest Towing you charged you inappropriate fees.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. So it's the request to tow that is being contested here. So whoever from Mike's is going to testify to that, let's have that person come before the camera and raise their right hand. Okay. And Ms. Sellers, if you'll raise your right hand as well. And Mr. Ziegler. Swear the testimony in this case to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I swear.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I had read what was filed and I looked at the photos. And I have a question. So, and it's Michelle that's at Mike's, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the document indicates that this was a private property impound. So talk to me about the property. I see photos, but I can't quite tell where the property line is.
Actually, half on my property and half on the right of way. It was outside of my fence.
Okay. So that was my question is so what your testimony is that the car is partially in your property.
That is correct.
Okay,
For
so
a set amount of time.
it's not entirely in the right of way.
Correct, half and half.
Okay. And
Uh-oh, Mikey is on to you, Cellulite Yoga Pants. Mikey is on to you and your attempt to kick him out of the top 5. Oh. I don't know that you can. Anyways, the product I found is called Cake, which sounds stupid to put in your hair. Why would you put cake in your hair? But it also says the Balm, BALM shell. Totally to die for. Fuck. I am like, I'm such a sucker for marketing. Are you serious? I fell for this? Totally to die for, 5-in-1 Beach Wave Balm. Soft, smooth texture, hydration boost, 0 crunch. And then it's in French. Weird. Okay, I've done my hair in 4 French braids before. Grim, I'll read the ingredients in a minute, but here's the thing. I went on a vacation and I wanted curly hair when I arrived at the end of my vacation. And I put in 4 different French braids in my hair. When wet, with product, and then flew like 12 hours or plus with that in there. My hair was straight within 20 minutes. It was the saddest feeling I've ever had. I was just waiting the whole time. My hair, I was like, it's going to be so beautiful, Paisley. It's going to be so beautiful. You've had it in these braids for so long. You put the product in, you washed it, all these things. None of it. Literally within minutes of taking it out, I felt like a fucking loser. And I was like, the person I was meeting, I was like, I really tried to go with like a curly look, but apparently we're stuck with straight.
did you call law enforcement at all to ask them to come take
I
charge of
didn't
this?
call law enforcement. I got a hold of the Department of Licensing to try to figure out whose vehicle it was. And DOL was unable to tell me. I guess it's not public record. They sent me to Washington State Patrol, which I did. And then I told them what my circumstances were. And they suggested to call a certified towing company, being the length of time that it's been there. And so that's what I did.
Okay, so the State Patrol didn't indicate to you that the vehicle was parked solely in the public right of way?
Can you say that one more time? I didn't hear you well.
The State Patrol did not tell you that this was going to have to be a public impound. They said because it's on private property, you could call the tow company and have it towed.
That is correct.
Okay, so in looking at the photos, and Mr. Ziegler, have you looked at the photos?
I know where the car was sitting.
Okay, but you've seen the photos that they've provided?
No.
Okay, they have photos in the file, which you had an opportunity to look at. So yours is a red Honda, looks like.
CRV.
Yeah, 9948 are the last 4 of the license.
I'm assuming so.
Okay, all right. I'm guessing this is the vehicle. So let me just run through the photos one more time.
Judge is buffering, don't forget. Kathleen, can you ask them what it would cost to color correct my hair if your daughter and her friend own salons? Because my sister is a hairdresser and she gave me a big quote on this. So tell me, my hair is very long, I'll give that. And it's very dyed, I'll give that. And I want to be very blonde, I'll give that. But what do you think it would cost? Get me a quote.
All right, so Michelle, my question is this, is it's hard for me to tell where the vehicle in the photos was relative to the signs on the fence that indicate private property and subject to towing by Northwest Towing. So what can you tell me about that?
Before he tells you about that, let me tell you about the meme that my sister sent me when I said, hey, I want to go from like this color, which is basically black, to blonde. And she said, okay, Paisley, no problem, but you need to go through each of these colors. It's like 15 colors. I know it's going to be expensive.
That it's in track of like where the mail lady goes between mine and the neighboring businesses mailbox.
Okay, I'm sorry, you were breaking up there. That didn't come through clearly.
It is like lane of travel for the mail lady to go without going all the way on the road to the neighboring business's mailbox.
Right, but no, relative to the private property and then the towing sign, where was Mr. Ziegler's vehicle?
Right out and up to my fence.
Okay, and is it near one of those towing signs?
Yes, the sign is right behind the car.
Okay, so there was a sign right behind the car. That wasn't obvious in the photos of the car. I could see the car and the fence, but it was obviously, if you're telling me there was a sign right behind it, it was blocking the sign.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Well, and it is a rotating gate, so it can slide open and closed.
Mm-hmm.
The one good thing I will say, Kathleen, is that I've been using professional color in my hair with toner that my sister has given me because she's a professional hairdresser. She gave me a quote of $500 plus probably like 2 or 3 attempts to get it blonde. I don't process my hair very much at all. That's 500 Canadian dollars. Shit. Don't say it's good, Kathleen. Ugh. I'm gonna have to find 500 Canadian dollars to make my hair look like that. I want it blonde so bad. But I use Wella, Weella, brand and 20 volume that I use to cream or do my hair. Want to earn $500 the hard way? Yeah, I sort of do, Mike. That's $378. Sierra's right here. I put a wig on my Amazon wish list. I know it takes several times. It takes several hours. I'll cut it off. I mean, my hair grows great. I cut off 2 feet last year and my hair is already like almost hip length. So my hair grows great because I don't straighten it. I don't hair dry it. It it is treated well, but um I need professional help. Kathleen, if I come to Tennessee, listen, do not tempt me, girl. I traveled to Florida recently for 3 weeks to stay with somebody, so do not tempt me. I will do it.
At that point, the gate was open. It was business hours. And I have several of these signs around my property.
Okay, and how long was the vehicle parked there?
Quite some time. Midsummer. I remember it was there in midsummer. when we were doing maintenance on the fence.
And was it parked overnight? Was it parked just for a couple of hours?
Several months.
Oh, it was parked there for several months?
Correct.
Kathleen, I'm gonna find a picture of me blonde. I want you to legit show it to your daughter. Cause listen, if I can pay for a trip to Tennessee as opposed to my hair or a little bit of both, I'd rather do that.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Ziegler,
Yes.
go ahead. Tell me
Okay.
your theory here.
So the vehicle was parked there before the signs were put up.
Okay.
About a month prior to the tow, Mike Great told me that it didn't bother him that it was sitting there. He had moved my cars and my RV previously from my spot of residency on the property across the property, completely destroying my RV, totaled it. And the car was broken into, the RV was broken into, 2 other vehicles of mine were broken into when they had been moved. I packed the car full of stuff and put it outside the gate because I figured outside was safer than inside. And I was moving it in process of moving it. I was going to move it to its new location. I had secured a place for my cars to go closer to this property. And I took one vehicle there and then wasn't able to be there the next day. Mike took it upon himself to load one of my vehicles that had no wheels and tires on it. He drug it up onto the rollback and tried to deliver it. And my friend said, no way, if it doesn't roll, then where's Lee? So that pretty much made it so that I wasn't able to take any more vehicles there. And like I said, it was about a month before the tow that I had Mike help me to get tires that were inside of that car sitting outside the gate to take up to the top of the property to put on my Volvo, the one that had been moved. And when it was moved, it was just laid on the ground. I had it sitting on stands. But like I said,
Pause. Wait, what did people say? I love all you guys' advice. First of all, congratulations to Kathleen's daughter, who has had several hairdressing awards. Fucking yes, that's awesome. What did people say? I use a vegan hair color, no harsh chemicals, so I can retouch at the first hint of roots. Well, people, my first hint of roots arrives the moment after I dye it because I have pervasive grays. But I'm gonna show you a photo of me. Why is it not showing? Do I have to like bring it down here? Yeah. No, it's just not working. Okay, I will fix it and make it work. But basically, I have a video or a picture of me that is quite cute in blonde hair. And the reality is that I am like, I don't fuck my hair up that much. And so I think that I can go blonde. It probably will take 2 times. I'm not gonna lie. Why does it say all media files? When I wanted to say all video files are all files entirely. So that you can see my hair when it was pretty and blonde. Close. Okay. It literally won't show. Okay, I can't figure it out. I'll figure it
that this is going through an eviction. And as far as I'm to understand, during an eviction, the landlord can't touch anything of the tenant's property. So he knew it was mine. She knew it was mine. He had given me permission for it to sit out there. And not only this, but when I noticed that that was towed, the morning I noticed that was towed, I had the few days previous, I had to pull my RV back in because they had pushed it out onto the street. It got marked by the police that put a cardboard or card on it and tagged it. I moved that back in, and then one whole day in the morning after that, I went to leave, noticed that the Honda was gone, and I had just pulled past a flatbed record from Northwest Towing in front of the office. So I went around to the top of the property, and sure enough, there's two wreckers pulling up to the Volvo and my Mazda pickup that were at the top of the property, actually on the neighbor's property, because he had drug it onto the neighbor's property up there.
Okay.
So, you know,
Is this a TPO hearing that I missed? Like I have no clue why this would be a name change hearing, but obviously I haven't been paying attention properly. I have fucking hair product all over me, so I'm not really, available for proper.
that's where I'm at. I couldn't afford to pay the impound to get it out. And
Has it been sold?
I have no idea.
It has not.
Has it been sold, Michelle?
I have no idea.
No, it is still in our yard, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so it's still in Northwest Towing. Okay. All right. So how long was the car in that position, Mr. Ziegler?
By the police report from when,
I mean, just was it longer than a day?
Oh, yeah.
Was there?
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
apparently some period of time.
yeah, but like I said, I had permission from Mike within a month before it was towed.
Okay, and he specifically said you can leave your car right here?
He said it doesn't hurt me any. And I asked him if it was going to be a problem.
Okay. And Michelle, is Mike available there to testify?
Yes, he's here.
Let's see if we can get him in the camera there. All right, Mike, if you'd raise your right hand for me, please. Swear the testimony in this case to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I need a yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, if we can move Mike closer to the computer so we can hear him. It's coming in kind of faint. All right, there we go. And Mike, your last name, please.
Great.
Is that Brae? Oops, you're breaking up. Okay. Try it again.
Great. Brae.
Okay. Okay. And Mike, did you hear what Mr. Ziegler said, that he said that you gave him permission to leave your car there? To leave his car there? Okay. Michelle, I'm having a really hard time hearing Mike.
Hold on, let's see. Okay.
Okay, how about now? I'll talk louder.
Yep, thank you. So Mike, the main
I'll talk louder.
question is, Mr. Ziegler said that you gave him permission for him to leave his red Civic where it was towed from. Did you give him permission to leave it there?
How long ago is this period going? Just 2 years ago when he first started to leave? I might have said it then because he could leave. But I haven't said it in the last month.
Okay, I'm still having a hard time hearing Mike. I think he may have said that years ago, but and then I lost what was said after that.
Okay,
Nice and loud, like you're shouting.
Hello, my name is Kitchen. I'm shouting.
okay,
There you go. Perfect, right there.
question.
Yeah, so tell me about whether Mr. Ziegler had permission to leave his car there or not.
We've been trying to move out for a couple of years, and when we first started out, I gave him permission a couple of years ago. And not since.
Loud.
What? Louder?
Yeah, right there. At that
Louder.
level. Okay, I'm waiting to hear whether you gave him permission to leave his car where it was when it was towed.
A day or two, not months. Day or two, not months.
Okay, I heard you say you gave him permission to leave it there for a day or two, but not for months. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. And did you ever tell him after it was there a day or two, did you ever tell him that it needed to be moved?
No. Can't remember.
Okay. And Mr. Ziegler, did Mr. Bray ever tell you the vehicle needed to be moved?
No,
All right.
that's why.
Okay. Michelle, do you have anything else you want to add?
I just want to say that Mike was not here at the time that I called in. I was having an oversized load come in. I did not know whose car it was. That's how come I called DOL to try to get a suggestion to have it moved. I was having an oversized load that needed to be staged, and that was in my way. So that's why
Okay.
I called.
So you were unaware that Mike had previously told Mr. Ziegler that it was okay for him to leave his car there?
I was unaware of that.
Okay.
Mike's been asking Lee to get him and his stuff out for quite some time. Whether it be
Right.
inside or outside my gate. I'd rather it all be outside the gate, but it doesn't help.
Okay. All right.
Ooh, I'd like to point out that my drink is hot as fuck. Hashtag not a sponsor yet. But Bubba Cup, holy shit. Over an hour and a half ago, I poured this drink and it is still literally burning my fucking lips. Thank you, Bubba. Hashtag not a sponsor yet.
All right, in this case, it sounds to me, and I'm going to make the finding that Mr. Bray did indeed authorize Mr. Ziegler to leave the car there. Mr. Bray's contemplation was that it would only be for a few days, not for as long as it was, but he never did revoke that permission. And Michelle, what's your last name?
Grace Johnson. Mike is my dad, so
Johnson?
yeah, it's my
Bray Johnson, okay. And Ms. Bray Johnson was unaware that Mr. Bray had given permission to Mr. Ziegler to leave his vehicle there. She had a need to get additional space so she could bring an oversized load into the yard and had it towed And in that case, since there's nothing that refutes Mr. Ziegler's argument that he was left with the impression that he could leave the vehicle there, and there had not been a specific direction to move it after permission had been granted, I will find that in this case, the request for the impound was in violation of the statute since permission had been granted by the facts that I'm finding. And that will make Mike's Welding liable for the tow and the fees. All right, I'll sign an order to that effect and we'll give Mr. Ziegler a copy of that order. And a copy of the order will be in the file, Ms. Braid Johnson, for you to access as well. All right, thank you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep. Come on up and get a copy.
Wow.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, yes.
Thank you. Kara Molinelli.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And Ms. Molinelli, if you raise your right hand for me, please. Swear the testimony in this case to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you. Had an online relationship of some brief period of time. All right. Ms. Molinelli, you and Mr. Boyery had an online relationship of some brief period of time. You eventually met and you decided based on things that were not truthful that he had told you to break it off. And so you told him on the 19th of December you wanted no further contact from him. And then he sent you, I think, he texted you 4 times after you called him. You told him both by text and by call not to contact you. And he texted you 4 more times that night and then called on the morning of the 20th. And then he called again on the 21st to tell you he had a viewing at your apartment complex. Is that an accurate rendition of the facts here?
I did not call him on Tuesday the 19th after telling him I want no further contact. I texted that to him. He called me directly after I texted him telling him I want no further contact. Then he
Okay.
called me immediately after to try and tell me the truth or something like that. And I cut him off, cut it short, and just said, no, thank you. I want no further contact after today. And then he said, okay, then yes. Then he texted me the 4 more times that night, Tuesday the 19th. He called me Wednesday morning, Wednesday the 20th. I did not answer. I blocked his number. He called me from a blocked number Thursday the 21st as, quote, a courtesy call. So I wouldn't be scared if I saw him that day, because he had a viewing at my apartment complex, but he was viewing other places that day as well.
And I'm assuming that you, in fact, were scared by the fact that he was continuing to contact you.
Correct. When I answered that phone call, the first thing he said was, before you freak out and hang up, I'm doing this as a courtesy call. As you know, I needed to move and things like that. And I told him verbatim that he is terrifying me. I am terrified. There's other places for him to look for apartments. How I told him to not contact me, and he still continued to do so. And how I had already spoken to the police on my options. And if he comes to my apartment complex, I will call the police. And I told him I will file a protection order against him and to not come here. And I will go to my complex manager to let them know what is going on. And fight or flight during the phone call. He was trying to tell me that he's not this scary of a person. He's not trying to scare me. He's not this weird. He has too much to lose, but he can only afford so much. And he is viewing other places that day as well. I think maybe he said at the end of the phone call that he will cancel the viewing. I'm not sure if that's what he said verbatim, but it was getting very clear to him, from me to not come here. I went to my apartment manager right after I got off the phone with Gabriel, his real legal name. And I told them of the situation, how I think I may have an impending stalker. And they confirmed that there was a scheduled viewing for 11 o'clock that morning in their system for Gabriel Boyre. He called me, I think it was 10:40 a.m. And when I was in that meeting with the complex manager, they said they saw on the computer screen that he canceled. So he did not come. He canceled the viewing for that day after speaking with me. My complex put him on a no contact list, so he's not allowed to apply there.
Okay.
As a whole, I've known this individual just for a month. So based upon the string of actions that have happened since I told him to not contact me, the fact that he did not give me his real legal name, the weird lies, the stories of how he did legally change his name to Theo in 2019 or something, and then he legally changed his name back to his original born name of Gabriel Boyre. It was just a lot of things weren't adding up, and there was a lot of weird stories being spun. He lied about his marital status to me. It is true. I found through the Open County court records, he is legally separated, but he is not divorced. He lied to me about stuff with like the children that he has or doesn't have, or actually live with him, but he was telling me he didn't live with him. And when all these lies came to fruition, I was telling him I'm really overwhelmed and this is making me anxious. And then that's when Tuesday, I found out about all these lies on Monday, the 18th. They came to light. And everything was adding up. It was on the Friday, last Friday, he showed me a work badge that did not have his name Theo on it. It was the name Gabriel. And then that's when things started rolling. I found out more on Monday and then got really scared. And I felt so scared that I left my apartment. I have not stayed the night at my residence for the past 2 nights. The second after he called me yesterday to say that he had a viewing, after I talked to my complex manager, I packed a bag immediately and left. He has never directly threatened me. He has never physically harmed me, but his actions have terrified me.
Terrified? Terrified? Aren't we just a couple days off of dating this guy? So obviously he can't be terrifying.
Okay. So does he know where you work?
Yes. He knows where I work, where I go to the gym, where I live, and roughly knows my work schedule as well, because I have a hybrid schedule of teleworking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, based on that information, I will grant a emergency protection order directing Mr. Boyery to have no contact with you, not to go within 1,000 feet of you, your residence, or your workplace. There'll be a hearing on Tuesday, the 9th or 2nd of January. In order for that hearing to occur, Mr. Boyery needs to be served with a copy of this order. And you can arrange for service. You can hire a process server. You can have an adult not related to you serve, or I can direct it to what looks to me like probably Tumwater Police. Is that the law enforcement agency where he currently lives?
Yes, to my knowledge, the address that I put on the document is what appeared online for his residence, and he did tell me that he lived in Tumwater. I guess a question I have is the time frame of which the police would be able to serve him, because if he is not lying about having to move, he needs to be out of that rental house on January 1st, but that's if he's not lying.
Right. So right now the hearing is set for the next day, January 2nd. So they would have to get him served next week. I can direct it to Tumwater Police Department, and they'll charge you for service. I think it's usually somewhere between $75 and $100. And then I would suggest you stay in communication with them to answer any questions to make it easier for them to find him.
Okay.
Okay, is that what you want?
Yes.
Okay, that's
What
what we'll
time?
do. It'll be 9 o'clock in the morning on the 2nd of January.
Okay. And then to reiterate, I believe I put on the documents I submitted this morning to have these court papers emailed to the email I provided.
Yes. All right, and you can appear on the 2nd remote just as you are today.
And then he has the option to appear for that hearing, correct?
Either appear or do it remote, yes.
Great. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. So how do we email the packet? So we will email you the service packet, and you'll want to get it immediately down to the Tumwater Police Department.
All right, thank you.
Yep, if you take it there today, it'll just give them more time to get it served.
Okay, I remember I did fill out a paperwork there in the courthouse today that would be getting sent to the police department of ways to find him. I put like the information I knew about him, and I was told that that piece of paper was for the police for serving him.
Okay, yeah, if I were you, if you're gonna, you can drive it down there and talk to them, or you can email it and say, link this up to the other document that was sent in. Here's, you have the information already on how to contact them.
Okay.
Okay, all right, we'll see you on the 2nd of January.
All right, thank you.
All righty, bye-bye. All right, Ms. Roof, you'd raise your right hand, please. Swear the testimony in this case will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you. And Ms. Roof, you're now 18, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Come on, Judge Buffering, hurry up.
Safe there based on a long history of abuse. All right, so Ms.
Holy shit, I just skipped like 6 minutes.
Roof, you indicate that on the 14th of December, your sister Ashley tackled you and then started to hit you. And
Yes.
that 2 days later, your mom, Gail, said that you had to come to her house or her apartment and you did not want to, and she made you come and you don't feel safe there based on a long history of abuse. Are those accurate facts?
Yes, sir.
And did you said you've talked to the sheriff. Did they make any police reports regarding these allegations?
Yes.
Okay, who are you talking to there?
My boyfriend's mom, Megan.
Okay,
I'm also a witness to all of this also.
okay, thank you. And so you told the police that Ashley tackled you and hit you. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, do you know if they're investigating for crime of assault?
I don't know. I believe so.
The last phone call that the case number is on, they asked if charges were to be, if we wanted charges to be pressed, and we said yes.
Okay,
And then the father of Jaden's, the Ashley's son that was there during this, also received a notice from the CPS investigator stating that per the report that Julie put in, Jaden was able to corroborate and validate everything exactly the way Julie had. And
okay.
he was going to court also today for his emergency custody hearing.
Okay, thank you. So your mom lives in Lacey, is that right,
Yes.
Julie?
Yeah.
And how about Ashley?
She lives in Spanaway, Washington.
Okay. And Ashley is your sister, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And you don't live with your mom, you don't live with your sister now, is that accurate?
Yes.
And do you work now?
No, sir.
Do you go to school?
Yes.
Where do you go to school?
Um,
She's a student at Bethel High School,
But I'm
but
getting transferred to Timberline High School.
she talked to Miss Margia at Timberline. However, withdrawing from Bethel will be an issue because Ashley will not allow Julie any of her belongings. No clothes, no nothing. I've had to go buy underwear and, you know, the basics just to get her through. But her computer for the school and school possessions are in that room, and Bethel won't let her withdraw without those.
Okay, and if you, so I'm assuming, where are you gonna live if you go to school in Timberline?
She, my husband and I are going to, we have an extra bedroom upstairs. We were gonna allow her to stay there, and my son is also a senior at Timberline High School.
Okay, all right. Thank you. That's very nice of you.
She was also previously, up until her junior year, a student at Timberline High School.
Okay. So you were living with your sister Ashley, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any of your belongings at your mom's house?
No.
Thank you.
The Pierce County Sheriff said that we would need this order in order for them to take Julie to get those things.
All right. And that would be correct. Okay, so Julie, you want Lacey Police Department to serve your mom, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand they're going to charge you for service, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, as to your mom, I've granted the emergency harassment order. There will be a hearing on Tuesday, the 1st of January at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Nothing can happen at that hearing, and you won't have the benefit of the order unless your mom gets served. So I suggest you stay in touch with the Lacey Police Department to make sure she does get served. And we'll talk about your sister here in just a moment.
Okay.
And your sister is not in high school any longer, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So what you have at your sister's house are your computer, clothes, anything else?
My
I put, she put on in that order that, it was, her Chromebook, her computer, or her school tablet, her school belongings, her jewelry, 2 pairs of boots, her shoes, clothes, jackets, and dresses that I've provided for her, but like her whole life is just in that tiny little room. It's not a lot.
Thank you.
I just can't afford to, buy everything brand new right before Christmas.
Yeah, tough time to have to do that. Anytime, probably a tough time to do that.
Well, yeah, and and just, I'm gonna be paying for this to also get served because her protection is everything.
Right. All right. So you're pardon me, a high school student and you don't work, is that right, Julie?
yes.
I'm gonna waive the fees in this case, even though a petition wasn't entered. So give me an order for waiver of fees. All right, so we're gonna waive the service fees for you on your mom. Try to make it a little bit easier.
Thank you.
No.
And your sister lives in Spanaway?
Yes.
Okay, and if you call the police to her house, it's Pierce County Sheriff, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right, Julie, I have entered the emergency domestic violence protection order as regards your sister. She's had no contact with you, not to go within 1,000 feet of you, your residence, or your school, and I have directed the Pierce County Sheriff's Office to assist you in getting your personal belongings from your sister's home in Spanaway. So you'll need to coordinate that with them. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Once again, you're due back to court on Tuesday, the 2nd of January at 9 o'clock in the morning. And this order needs to be served on your sister, and I've directed the Pierce County Sheriff's Office to serve her. And as I said, that you won't have to pay fees there because it's a domestic violence case. And as to serving your mom, I'll grant a waiver of service fees there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, sir. Okay, so that turned into from a name change docket to the protection order docket, which I'm gonna be honest, I spent probably 35 minutes looking for earlier today, not realizing that apparently I had already downloaded it. It was already on my computer. It was already right there, folks, if I had taken the fucking time to preemptively look at it. But I don't do that. That's not how I roll. You know that. Anyways, you guys, it's been over 2 hours. We did many hours before this. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch it. If you are a happy person, like the video. If you're an unhappy person, like the video. It'll make you feel better regardless, either way. Please remember that I love you. I'm proud of you. And I will see you tomorrow. I love you guys. Bye. Sweet dreams, Jelly Bean.